What's up, world? We are live. I wanted to get this stream up and running because, it always takes in case, for those who don't already know, Jeff and I stream from the exact same locations. It always takes a minute to cross over because, not for Jeff, but I have a lot of technical elements because I'm fancy like that with lights.
I keep my camera off so I don't have to brush my hair, which I did for
Which
now.
he does have to do anyway because he comes on my stream. All right. So I'm sending our link out to our special guest for the night. We got Elasmat and Rosetta Allen coming on. So messages. And let's see at allows, there he is, and then and I gotta send it to her husband because she off Twitter again. Oh my god. There we are. Do. Okay.
Hello, internet world.
What's up, internet?
Oh my god.
All right.
It was a long high council.
Yeah. See, now you know why I get burnt out because I talk about that shit too much. So, link is out to our lovely guests for the night. Hello to Greg Kirby, Movie Box Productions, AK, Jeffrey Nelson, Bobby James, Dr. Coffin Nails, Yo Jimbo, Mando Merck is here, Docusaurus Rex, and Rosetta, don't give me shit about being late. Oh, you're here. I guess I should bring our guests in.
Dr. Coffin Nails, we're subverting your expectations. We're doing a live watch party of Moonraker for you. Actually, the movie's terrible. I never watched it.
We are doing a live watch of a Street Fighter in just over 2 weeks. So, all right. We do have both our guests are raring and waiting to go in the chat. So I can yell at Rosetta in person. So why do it here when she's got to respond in the chat? You guys ready to bring them on? I don't care. I'm not waiting. All right. Welcome. Let's get the better thing going there. All right.
You shit. I was telling the chat to be patient.
Oh, well, thank you. It's not my fault, though. Like I said, even if Jeff wraps up exactly on time for me, there's still a transitional period. Also, baby's just streamed for 3 hours, so got to let him, change his shirt if he needs, or put one on if he's not wearing one, and all that good stuff. Poor pants. Or
what were you doing to him during High Council if he didn't have his pants on?
Wouldn't you like to know?
This time I was fully dressed.
He actually was. He already was this time.
We were out today for a little bit, but
we were.
The High Council it stressed me out, so I need a beer.
Mm-hmm.
That is good to see you guys again, and good to see you over here, Laz.
Yeah,
that was. Oh yeah, by the way, I actually made it on time today. So last time we all did a show together, I was late, but I said this time, no, I'm gonna be on time. I'm gonna make sure that I'm here. So
you were so prompt. I was surprised. I don't think I've ever had a faster turnaround between sending out the link and having you guys pop in. So that's awesome.
I'm improving, yes.
And so you are the guest of honor tonight. Well, this is your first time on Mindless Entertainment, right?
Yes, it is, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Well, cheers. We're happy to have you. We had a blast talking to you last time around. We're excited to have you on here. We want to know all about your project. We've got the link is in the description. We're going to be dropping the Indiegogo link as well as Elasmat's YouTube link, so you can subscribe, follow him everywhere, and all that stuff. And Rosetta, you are involved in this project?
On this part he's releasing now, I was involved in making the song and stuff for the trailer. I am involved with helping him with an alternate version and future projects currently. So
awesome.
He is boss man, but this one right now is his real baby.
Very cool. Very cool. We're definitely going to check out some of that. We're going to hear that song a little bit later. We're going to do all that fun stuff. And Rosetta's been showing me a lot of her coloring talent lately, which I've been sharing with Jeff. And so you guys, if you haven't seen Rosetta's work, mark my words, you will soon. So
2 thumbs up.
That's and everyone in the chat, make sure you press the like button if you haven't done so already. So Elasmat, take it away. Tell us a little bit about this project of yours.
So Street Champion Road Warrior Drake. So this actually was a character I created back in 1991. I think I was 13 years old when I created this character. That just get you an idea of how old I am.
When you created this character.
I think I'm the oldest guy on this
panel. You're so young.
I know.
You are, by the way, the oldest one on this panel because they're both quite a bit younger than me.
Ooh,
so I just doxed my age. But anyway, so it's okay. I'm not doxable. Everybody knows about me, so there's nothing I can't be hidden about me anyway.
But yeah,
what happened?
I said, let's go to your house then, since we can know everything.
Bring the beer.
Yeah, I like that.
That's quite a trip since he's over on the East Coast there, darling.
I'm on the good part of the East Coast, not the part without all the rioting. So
okay, which part?
PA.
Yeah, what part of PA, dude?
The part where The Rock was born and raised in.
He
I'll
should.
put it in the private chat.
I don't know.
The
I
Rock
don't want to talk too much about myself, but let's say I'm like about an hour away from Philly.
Oh, so you're Philly, greater Philadelphia area.
More or less. I'm from New York, but I moved here a couple of years ago, and I love
That's a
it.
good decision.
Quieter area. Yeah, and Liza Reed's event is a very good decision, actually.
You know, I grew up in Philly.
Okay, yeah. So I've been to Philly before en route to Delaware because about 10, 15 years ago, I did a couple of films that I shot over in the Delaware area, and I went en route through Philly. So I had a few times in Philadelphia that were pretty decent. You know, better than Delaware actually. So
Not surprised. It's
Yeah.
not that hard to do. I'm gonna read the
No.
super chat real quick, and then we're gonna get right back into your story about your character. I know we've jumped in and interrupted you completely. I'm like, tell us everything. I'm like, wait, stop telling us anything so that I can ask you more questions. Nefarious Technology says the god that is EVS broke 1 million sales on Blood Honey 2 tonight. Keep up that Indiegogo campaigns. So we really have Ethan to thank for breaking this ground on Indiegogo as independent creators, and now we get to see all kinds of people like you living a 30-year-old dream.
Yeah, Ethan, I told him that was, because of what he was doing, I was able to live one of my dreams. So thanks, Ethan.
So cheers to Ethan and cheers to Laz. And while you're talking, I'm going to drop that link for your Indiegogo. So carry on. 30 years ago,
Sure.
we created Street
You
Champion.
gotta say hi to him while we're here.
Oh! What's up?
Hey.
Okay, monkey.
With the shirt that says Chewie is my co-pilot.
Yes. Oh, what's up, dude? We miss you.
Well, thank you.
It's good to see you, too.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Sheriff Ornery for you.
I know. She's such a shithead.
Oh, grumpy kitties. All right, so Laz, take it away. I got the Indiegogo link. Drop it in the chat, so guys, make sure you go check it out.
So 30 Years Ago created this character, Road Warrior Drake, and a couple years after that, I started doing coloring books with my crayons and markers. I wasn't thinking about doing professionally, but I was like, I kind of like the idea of creating a story, writing a story with this weird little character, and then I spent a good part of the 90s drawing comics with him. Then I stopped drawing him, and then there was a period where I stopped drawing entirely. And I started doing films, and I did a lot of like feature films, short films, and which is actually I think was a bigger passion of mine than comics. But I enjoy doing both because I like telling stories. Fast forward to 2016, I drew Road Warrior Drake again after years of him being in hiatus. I did a little short story based on the whole K2 phenomena going on in Brooklyn, New York at the time. I did a little short story with Drake tackling that whole K2 phenomena and taking on the gangs that are selling it. And then 2 years later, I started doing the cover for Drake, and it was like June of 2018. And this was in response to the Thundercats Roar trailer. I saw the Thundercats Roar trailer, and I was like, what the hell is this shit? Like, what the hell was I watching? And I was like, you know what? I thought about, okay, pick up your pen and just start drawing again, because this shit, I mean, Star Wars was in the tank. Star Trek was in the tank. But when I saw the Thundercats trailer, I was like, no, that's enough. I can't just sit back and just, I just got off promoting my last feature film, but I was like, you know what? I remember a time when I used to draw a lot and just tell my own stories and create my own characters. And I was like, nah, I got to just, fuck it. I just started drawing. I did a couple of drawing streams on my YouTube channel. And then I said, you know what? I can do this. I can actually draw again and produce some kind of, a comic. So I started doing my cover for Road Warrior Drake, and I said, yeah, this is going to be a book. This is going to end up being a book. And then 2 months after that, in August, I heard about Comicsgate. I was listening to a stream by Yellow Flash, and Ethan was on there, and a couple other guys were on there. Tug was on there. And I learned about Comicsgate, and I said, yeah, this Drake has to be on Comicsgate. This is made for him, and CG was made for Drake. So since then, I've been promoting artists, being on the streams and learning from other artists. Today again, Ethan broke $1 million on Indiegogo. That's a big deal. It goes to what Jeff was saying earlier in the stream today. Comic is not dead. The mainstream comic industry is dying, but the platform, the art form of comics is not dead. You go back to the earliest time of human history. We had drawings in the caves, drawings on animal skin. Visual art is going to stay with us. It's appealing to us. So comics is not something that's going to go away. It's just the current mainstream form of it is in danger of going extinct. And CG, at the very least, CG is bringing an awareness to the art form that there's more to the art form than just your set of superheroes that are currently being compromised and are currently being experimented on by these SJWs with their identity politics and their little hateful propaganda. So it really renewed my own passion in comics, and I started collecting again. I went a while without collecting, and then I started collecting some omnibuses. Now I'm just stacking up my library with good comics and looking to promote other artists and working my ass off to make this book mean something. Looking at the criticism on Twitter by a lot of customers, what they find good, what they don't think works. I think creators have to pay attention to what the customers are saying and feed off of that. The more criticism you're getting while you're creating, the better off you're going to be, because they're giving you pointers on how to make it better. So in that way aspect alone, I'm glad that I've been taking 2 years to finish this book, because had I released it a year ago, it probably wouldn't be as good as it is now.
There you go.
What are some of the omnibuses or omnibus that you were picking up? Just out of curiosity, as another fan.
So the last one I got was I want to say was my library's right there. Actually, I could probably pick out a few, but shoot. I think it was. I want to say it was like either the Avengers, the first few issues of the Avengers, and then I got the first few issues of Captain America, and then I had a friend of mine donate to me his black and white omnibus of the Incredible Hulk, as well as like the first few issues of Green Lantern. I also have what else do I got there in my library? Howard the Duck, first 20 issues, Steve Gerber. I got that. I have also the first volume of Carl Barks' Donald Duck as well.
Oh, nice.
So I've been
way back.
Yeah. So I've been really like getting a lot of that, and now that my comic book shop is opening again, I'm looking into. My recent one was Swamp Thing. I should put that out there. The Len Wein run of Swamp Thing.
Cool.
Yeah, he was a great writer. He passed away a couple years ago.
Yeah, he did actually. Yeah, but I've been looking at the older stuff, going back to. Oh, and I also got the George Perez Wonder Woman first volume. So
I met him once. He was so nice.
Yeah. Especially he drew the faces. It was actually, when I'm looking at the Wonder Woman comic and the way he drew the faces, it actually kind of inspired me to go back to my comic and improve on the facial expressions of some of the female characters. So I was like, you know what? Let me tweak the nose here or there, kind of like the way Perez did, and it improves it a lot. So it was very inspiring for me.
I'm going to hit a couple of these super chats real quick. We got Greg Kirby says, had a great date with Cinti past 4 days. Amazing. So for you two and anyone in the chat who doesn't know, Greg is one of our regular loyal listeners. We wrenched him recently. He's been a great mod since then. And he started up a relationship during this time of Corona with a woman who lives in his area, but they could not see for, quarantine reasons at first. Sorry, I just noticed we got some grossness.
No.
It probably fell in the sweet and sour sauce that it spilled. Maybe we'll just do the Kama Sutra tonight then. That'll be perfect for Rosetta anyway. So he finally got to. Yeah, we're gonna do our inappropriate Mad Libs for you tonight.
Oh God.
So Greg Kirby finally got to meet her in person. Has had some wonderful dates with her now, I guess. Or had a great date with her, and we're nothing but thrilled that they finally gotten to get together. They were spending like 8 hours on Skype beforehand. So hooray for Greg, and hooray for not you. Sorry. I meant to click on this one. Beth, she says, paid off my credit card, so now I can give you dollars. Hooray for Beth and hooray for dollars. We like both of those things. And Beth, we still have to do our folk song stream, which we'll do one of these days.
I am ready to do that.
No. Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
So we got all you. First of all, so Rosetta, you help work on the song. You guys composed a song as part of the trailer for this project.
Mm-hmm.
Let us take a look at that.
So the song was composed by Purple Smurf 13. He composed the song, and then we had Dark Gift Comics. He supplied the guitars, and then we had Aaron Handy, aka Shaq Skywalker, who did the vocals. Quick story on Aaron. So she appeared on Dark Gift Comics open mic show on a Monday, and I was at work at the time. So when she started singing, I want to say 5 or 10 seconds into her singing, I had the Carl Denham moment from King Kong when he saw Ann Darrow for the first time, and he said, "She's the one." So when I heard her singing 5 seconds in, I was like, yeah, she's singing for the trailer, because my idea was an instrumental song for the trailer, but when she started singing, I said, no, she's gonna sing for the trailer. So that was a month ago. Here we are today, and it brings life to the campaign.
And then mine and all, buddy.
Do we have? Can you grab that? Do you know how to do a screen share on this?
I do. Yes.
Yeah. And then, for us, and I'll read this another lovely super chat from Jeffrey Turner, aka Mega Jetty 1. Says, like my new icon with me on a Nintendo 64 shirt. Oh, very cool. I did dig. Oh, you still got your chicks in your lap, but that is neat. That is a neat new icon.
Yeah, all and right. Rosetta provided the spoken word part of it, so it actually meshes all well together when you hear it.
Yeah, did the vocals on the spoken word part, wrote it myself too.
Woo! All right.
So
we got this up here. So, and there's the Indiegogo, guys. So I'd love to see that number move. If anyone is interested, if anyone's able to back this, I'd love to see that number move during the stream. But yeah, let's take a listen.
Here we go. Okay.
Take a chance. Come take a chance on love. There's a voice calling out from the deep of the night. You can try not to hear, but it'll make it find home. Come take a chance on love. But if you're here, it's standing beside the truth. Don't let this
A disturbed land has come. As the darkness of the kingdom and the ashes of all long rules now by the overseers, pleasures and pains. We hear desperation and silent cries. Seek now for heroes, those who will restore all righteousness and nobility. No fear. We need a hero, a warrior, defender, street champion.
What if your hero is standing just outside your door? Don't let this moment slip away.
It's a great idea. Score a trailer for your campaign. Damn. That's cool. I see what you mean about breathing life in it. The animation looks awesome. And all
yeah.
that.
I still can't believe that's even my freaking voice. It took a lot of takes to get that clear for them.
Sounded fantastic. All the right tenor really brings that drama into it. That's exciting. So tell us a little bit more about what this character is all about. What is comics all about?
So Drake is he's like an outsider. So there's like a little running gag, not necessarily in the story, but outside the book, where because I have people teasing him about this being a duck book, and I'm like, well, he's not really a duck. And he's like, well, what is he? I was like, he called himself the Bee Citizen. So like Bee Citizen, like yeah, we'll stick with that. So the Bee Citizen, he likes to pound the bad guys, he likes to beat up the bad guys, get into little brawls here or there. He has his own personal vendetta as to why, but he goes through a little humbling period where he realizes it's not just about fighting the bad guys. He has to have a purpose. What is his reason for being here? We don't know who Drake is. We don't know his history, his origin. We just know he's been found. He was raised among humans. He he saw some things happen as he was growing up where he grew a little bitter towards mankind, but then he realizes he has to inherit a persona. Is he just a brawler? Is he a fighter? Or is he a protector, a guardian, a defender? Does he adopt the humans as his own and protects his town, or is it just in it just to shed the blood? So
and you hear his description there. You hear where a lot of the lines and what I wrote for the breakdown actually came from was the backstory and working with him.
That's fantastic. So he's an
Yeah.
anti-hero character. It's kind of interesting, actually. His origin. It sounds like obviously you're in very different directions, but a little bit of that, the creation of the character and whatnot, is actually very similar to Cyberfrog in the way they're both these non-human and sort of hybrid creatures that have been rejected by society and are learning their place. But obviously, you're going very different directions. It's just kind of interesting that you both created these characters. I don't know exactly when he first came up with Cyberfrog, but maybe along the same timelines independently, and obvious, with completely different stories with different ideas. But I always go back. We were watching Empire of Dreams the other day, references Joseph Campbell's Hero with 1,000 Faces, and I think you're both tapping into that. There's a universality about that. Exactly what you're talking. I love that idea of the bee. What do you say? The bee human,
The bee citizen.
bee citizen. I love that idea of this. And I think that's so resonant. So resonant for people like us. We are that. We are society's outcasts in a way. We're the people where the mainstream says, nope, this isn't for us. And so we said, screw you. We're doing it ourselves. And we all have to fight that. We all kind of have to fight that, walk that line of we don't want to just be not a part of society. We're fighting to establish our place and our identity in it. So it's really neat that you guys are both hitting on a very similar resonant quality with completely different characters and completely different angles.
Yeah, it's funny how that worked because it was almost like, and what Ethan did was an obvious milestone, and it does set the bar for the rest of us to really achieve and reach that goal. It's funny because, like when I created Drake, I obviously I had the Ninja Turtles in mind as a source of inspiration. I had other characters like the Punisher, and then with this incarnation of Drake, I was actually more inspired by the Vista of the North Star, Rikio stories. And there was actually parts in the book that were actually pretty graphic and gory, but I removed it because the feedback that I got from one of the people that read an early demo version of the book was it felt like I was reading an all ages book, and I was like, should I kind of go that route? So I kind of met it in the middle. Like I kept some of the violence, but I didn't make it too violent. I kept some of the adult stuff to a minimum, just because if a kid does read it, at the very least, he's not going to get anything worse than he'd normally get in public school. So
yeah, fair enough. That's cool. I think it's a good idea. It's a great idea too, especially when you're putting out some of your first stuff in this what am I thinking? Words, vein, in this medium. That's the word. To make it a little more accessible. That way you can reach a broader audience and bring them in. And then you want to throw the gore and the violence in later, it can always come back.
Black Label style. Go hardcore on one.
Exactly.
Well, actually,
how did you take out of the version I'm doing, by the way, since it's not the same version?
it's a good question because when I was in Art City Comics, a show on Saturday, he asked me that question: how much of this book had I redrawn? And I said to him, in the first act alone, I think I redrew about 80%. So it's almost a different book that Rosetta's coloring, but the thing is, she makes it look really good though, because the artwork I thought was okay, but when she colors it, it gives it a certain.
You want me to show a couple of the pages?
You can show them a couple pages, yeah.
Cool.
I'm not going to show them much.
Show them, yeah.
I'm keeping everything in order here as I work, so it's really easy to pull up and actually, and it comes open to the page that I had the most irritation with working on. So. This is the kind of stuff that we're doing with it.
Wow. I mean, you guys can see this is something Jeff's shown on his streams as well. You guys can see comic art is a multi-person or multi-layered art because Jeff's even showing all the richness of the colors adds to whatever they're starting with.
Color's the first thing these people see.
I'm really determined that there's got to be a lot of shadows and depth in anything I'm working on, so it's really got to almost look fully 3D. So there's like 10, 20 colors in every freaking skin tone and everything because I'm like layering all these things. So I have like these cheat lists of every freaking character's colors for all their pigments in which order and stuff like that I use for it.
So, Rosetta, are you available for hire? If anyone out there, anyone drawing wants to
I need to raise some funds to pay off all the crap for my medical the last several.
Well, there you go. So if you like what you see, and let me tell you, I've seen some more examples of what Rosetta can do. She is incredibly talented. So if you like that very rich texture, that 3D style, you got them right here. Ian Slater, thanks so much for the super chat. He says, "Take my money, support creators. Bought my copy, can't wait to have it in hand. It looks incredible."
Hail Ian.
My close friend of mine, we're trying to work on setting up a show together weekly, but it's also he actually was there for our kickoff night. He actually was one of the first backers. So
Oh, nice. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I was in a place for a while where my whatchamacallit. So what's the difference in the Indiegogo between the graphic novel and the manga?
Okay, so that's a good question. So the manga version obviously is going to read from like I think they read from right to left.
Oh, okay, so it's the layout.
And I'm also going to update the artwork a little bit to reflect more of the Japanese style. So and the dialogue was altered because since I had to rearrange the panels, I wanted to change the dialogue a bit so that it wouldn't be disjointed when you're reading it. So
Gotcha. That makes sense. That's really neat that you're doing that. So it's a cool idea actually.
well, manga's got a big audience, so I figured let me tap into that audience and maybe kind of bring them back into the American fold, but at the same time honoring the manga tradition.
Very cool. Well, I'm going to let you three talk amongst yourselves because while you guys are going here, I'm going to go back this right now because I have not done so yet. But I'm definitely going to go back my copy right now and encourage everyone to do the same. If you don't have the link in the thing, boom. And we also got Midnight's Edge.
What up, Tom?
Saying,
Tom
showing
was, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no worries. Just reading the super chat, showing some love and support. We appreciate that, Tom.
hey, Tom, darling.
I was like, Tom was very animated in the stream today. I was like, wow, that's a side of Tom I like to see more often.
Yeah, Tom, let's spice it up from now on, man. Let's
keep you spicy. We
Yeah,
do
I
like
just love her ranting and raving and in the background of High Council while she's sending me all these sweet, loving texts at the exact
Oh my
same
God,
time.
I love you, Tom. I'm having such a great time working on my art. 1 second. Fuck Ray, she sucks. Ah!
I'll ask Matt. Who are some of your
Can hear the kitties in the
who are
background.
some of your inspirations from a comic book artist standpoint? Like, who do you look at their work and go, "Wow, I want to draw this like this guy or this like that person"?
So I think one of the first people was Will Eisner. I love how he draws his backgrounds. Like he gives it a character. Like you can tell, like, okay, he's doing it freehand, but he's doing it in a way where it's very organic. And it's like, yeah, I want to draw at least the backgrounds the way Will Eisner does it. Obviously, Jack Kirby, can't go wrong with Jack Kirby. Another one who actually directly inspired me because he was in my college course was Carmine Infantino.
Oh, okay.
And actually, I'm gonna tell you a quick story. So this was in my freshman year, and I was in his course. So he had us do a splash page. He said, "Okay, you're gonna do a splash page with a haunted house. Let me see what you do." So here I am in my own little arrogant mindset. I'm doing a splash page with a haunted house, adding all kinds of ink and everything, and saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna rock this out the ballpark." So come the next morning, right? And we're hanging the pages on the wall. So he's critiquing everybody's stuff. Then he gets to me, and I'm thinking, yeah, he's gonna just pump my ego and and knocks out the ballpark. He looks at the page, he looks at me and says, "This is shit. I should throw it in the garbage." And I can literally feel like my soul just go down on my shoe. I'm like, what the fuck did I just hear? Like this. So he was telling me that the placement of the house was wrong. That the objects in the foreground were not placed where it focused your eye on the mansion. So I had to redo it over. But that was the only time he really knocked me out like that. Because after that, I was like, okay, message received. Now I got to make sure when I draw a panel, I'm not just drawing it, I'm designing it. And that was the thing, like design the panel. And that philosophy I even used when I was doing my films was when you frame a shot, you want to design the shot, design the picture. So whatever is the object of focus shouldn't necessarily be in the middle, should be somewhere on the sides, somewhere like maybe 3/4 in the picture, and have everything else in that picture guide you to that object. So that was like the biggest, really the biggest influence in my life.
Yeah, we did.
Cool. So, all right, for my edification, I guess I don't. All right, so just for the edification of the chat, I know very little about comics. So when you guys are on comic artists and all that stuff, I think it's awesome. But if I'm quiet, it's just because I have no idea what you're talking about. But feel free. We got 3 artists on here, 3 lovers of comic books. So if you guys want to take it away on comic people, comic artists, etc. I think that's great though. That the story of and almost every success story starts with rejection. So
I just can't believe
yeah.
Festino, that was your teacher, because he did the Flash and really brought in that new wave of the 50s to DC Comics. But then he also did a really long stint on Star Wars, which I don't know about you guys, but when I read Star Wars, I like it to look like Star Wars. He had this weird approach to it. I wasn't a fan of his later in life work, but I mean, he is an icon, a legend. That's awesome that you got to be trained by that dude. I would love to have been in that class.
Well, you know what's funny is that I just remembered Infantino used to tell us about his last days in DC, and he said it wasn't good. So I would probably get to think that he wouldn't have liked what it became now, because he was kind of hinting that it was kind of going towards that direction. He actually left the industry very disenfranchised. So
I didn't know. I'm glad you told me what this. I was going to ask. I was like, this is stupid. I don't know what else he does.
I'll show you a picture of his, because as much as I love Star Wars, the early comics, they had Howard Chaykin on them because no one knew what it was when it first was coming out. So they didn't draw it to look like the movie that much. The ships were shitty. Then when Infantino took over it after the movie was out, before Empire Strikes Back, he cut a lot of corners, simplified, wrong. It just looked bad. But then you get the next guy, Al Williamson, who did the Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi adaptation, and Lucas hired like this super crew and did like the best Star Wars books ever. But
Nice.
it's crazy because like the Red Flash that everyone knows with the
Yeah. He
Carmen
did that. That
Infantino,
was fun.
that's it.
Oh, cool.
And I don't know if he
know
did
that.
Green Lantern as well.
Kitty.
I don't know off the top of my head. That's before my time.
Kitty.
I see.
Rosetta, you have 3, right?
Yes.
We win.
That's okay. I don't need more of them. These are already psycho enough. What are you freaking doing?
So which one is this one?
Ornery. It
Ornery,
came
that's
out from the mouth.
Oh, the one
Shut
who's
the fuck up.
been for attention. That's all right. You got Spush. You got Han in one of your.
My
Han
last
is,
one was too video. I had to cut it out.
Han is actually on purpose in one of my next videos, and Ship Pancake decided he was going to be in it anyway, even though he was not given permission. But he does what he wants. Jeffrey Turner, Make It says, let me know what you think of my Vader and Leia DMs. I just saw those, Jeffrey Turner. I'll definitely take a read when I'm off the stream, and I will definitely let you know. But thank you for the super chat, and thanks for being such a great supporter. That's what I love about the Phantom Menace is that, and Comics Gate and all this is that there's people at every level. And that's why I love having it's always great when you can, score a big guest when Ethan jumps on and stuff like that. It's always a lot of fun. But the reality is there's tons of us now, tons of people who are all inspired by, seeing an Ethan be successful, seeing the success that everyone else is having, doing this, who said, and there's some people who want to tag on to that and be like, oh, I can do it too. And we've seen those people get resentful and become that, gray council or whatever, or the Matt Charbos of the world who can't handle the fact that they're irrelevant. But then for everyone else, that for all of those people, there's a bunch of other people who are saying
Matt Jarbo isn't just irrelevant. He's a complete and utter total douche wanking idiot.
that's accurate. Completely accurate.
The Great Council, okay, so I had an encounter with Darth. Was it Labia? His name is Labia Chungus.
Oh, that guy, Darth. Ew, gross.
Dark dildo lungs.
Yeah,
It's weird because I only heard of the Great Council sparingly before that, but I was like, wait, that's a thing? Really? We're all nerds. How did that happen?
Which time are you talking about? On my channel or your channel? Because both times he tried to fucking gaslight my medical issues.
Well, I mean, I first talked to him on your channel, but I know. I guess when I got off, he was a little crazy with you.
Yeah,
after that,
I showed you that later. He went really psycho as soon as there was nobody else to defend the woman.
But I'm talking about when he came on my channel because we were gonna have this guy Firewater on, and he backed out because I guess
we wanted to take him on in. Yeah,
such
a chicken too.
He thinks he's so smart too. He thinks he's so smart. And he's always like, look at me being the voice of reason. Like, look at you with the giant dildo on your face, slapping yourself in the cheeks every time you turn your head.
Yeah, but I was like the Great Council, really, it's I don't know. I couldn't wrap my head around. I was like,
my favorite is the guy who pulled the full Joe Exotic on Jeremy. He used to be like Mad Max movie productions or some shit like that. He's now Geeks and Gamers Entertainment, and he straight up stole the Geeks and Gamers logo too. I'm like, you realize you were actually committing copyright infringement, and Jeremy has the right to sue your ass. And the fact that he hasn't shows the quality of character of Jeremy versus the quality of character in this fuckface.
These are grown men, right?
Right word.
In body.
Right.
Yeah, he's not a child. He's not like a punk ass teenager or something. He's a grown ass man. That that's why I liked it. I like when we can come together and and celebrate each other.
On, and I sat there and I actually, while he was getting nasty with him because he didn't like the way Lunga was streaming, I was actually trying to keep him calm and actually be the reasonable one until. I don't remember what set me off, but something set me off. I ended up ranting about 50 or 60 F-bombs at Lunga in a row before he left.
He was the last person I made, the last asshole I made a video about, I believe, was him because he was something stupid. I don't even remember what the topic was. Oh, it was all the freaking when all this stuff was coming out of Jason Ward and stuff, and he was like trying to say he was talking about how he was like, basically admitting to the fact that he used his presence as an older man to screw around with 20-year-olds and take advantage of them. And he was like, so yeah, I can sympathize. And I'm like, what? Ew, disgusting. Canceled.
That's what Lunga said was something similar. I'm like, he said young girls. Wait. They were legal, and I don't even know if I believe that because it was a very sudden change of how he was talking.
Right?
And then like nobody influence on him. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, you creepy bastard?
Creepy is definitely a word for him. Oh, because he calls himself like Darth Daddy Lunga. I'm sorry, if you're a guy calling yourself daddy, you don't get to make videos about defending women and protecting. That's my favorite thing too. Is he's sitting there too, all like, hey, I want to invite this girl, the one that he was fucking harassing, to come on and give you a platform, and Jason Ward, you can come on too. I'm like, no, you give the two sides of each story to people where there are still two sides of each story. The Jason Ward shit was cut and dry. There were screenshots of the messages. There's no let's give a platform to a fucking pedophile. Sorry. No wonder this chick didn't reach out to you to want to come on your channel. I'm like,
Trust me, nobody wants to come anywhere near him.
No, and I think it's fucking. No,
you didn't get how I meant that, right?
Oh yeah, of course. And no one wants him coming anywhere near them either. So.
No, Greg, this was made to send to her. Read the handle.
Let's hear it. I'm gonna make it better.
I just finished it.
Rebecca Random.
It's gonna be sent to her.
So to add to her collection of disciplinary utensils.
I feel like
I freaking made this.
with that right now.
I've got custom orders for paddles now because people saw me making this on air.
I think that's so great. I think you should set up like a full Etsy that's just for like, hey, punish those who need punishing in your life with a custom paint job.
By the way,
I came up with an idea today, Jesse, real quick while we're on these, and then I'll let Laz run his mouth. I'm gonna make a Star Trek one. It's going to have the whole solar system styles, the star skies I do.
Yeah.
With Enterprise up here and say to boldly spank.
I love it.
So I'm just laughing at Chili Bean's comment.
Nice.
Chili Bean, if you guys want that, I'll do that again this year for Halloween. We did a 12-hour horror movie stream where we drank all day. I brought a cooler into my office and I just drank all day. It got nasty.
12 hours. Wow. Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. When I hit 200,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a 24-hour stream. So I might reach out to you guys if you want to come on for a part of it.
Yeah, let me know. Definitely.
I'll be there.
Of course you'll be there because we have to do them. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to structure it as a show. So like a TV schedule. So at hour 2 to 3, it's going to be mindless bullshit.
There's going to be an hour where I'll just come on shit here and just scream repeatedly from beginning to end. Oh, she pancake wants to know if he can be on.
Okay, she pancake.
Hooray, I can be on. I can make dolphin noises.
I'll do a drawing one too.
Okay.
So I'm getting closer.
Someone needs to ask me what sound an orphan makes.
Hey,
By the way,
Yeah, Mama.
what sound does a dolphin make?
That's easy. It goes, ah! This is our life.
This is an intimate life.
This is our life, and this is what we're gonna start making for our cat. He did tweet today, so make sure you follow Shit Pancake on Twitter. He's very active.
Sad about knocking me over with that comment.
Who did?
Speaking of comment,
Chad said, Rosetta, just put on the paddle. Spank you very much with Brie Larson.
Oh God. Oh God.
Speaking of comment, let me just address one comment in the chat by Chili Peen. It says that they like a story from beginning to end. This comic book is a solid story. It's a graphic novel, has a beginning and an end. So when you back this book, you get a complete story. Although it's a planned trilogy, but if something happens, I'm driving one day on 78 and my head goes to the windshield and I pass, at the very least, you can have a good story in your possession. So
that's I want to give you props for that because a lot of times American comics have this tendency to string you along because they want you to buy the issues and then buy the trade paperback. And I get that from a business standpoint, but 50 years ago when you picked up an issue of Amazing Spider-Man, you got a full story. You were compelled to come back because you wanted to know more. They didn't give you cheap gimmicks that like Marvel and DC is very guilty of it too, especially with Batman. But I like that. I mean, that's how I take my approach. You know, when I do more stuff too, everything is a self-contained story. Because, like you said, what if something happens and you pass away? That's your legacy. That's your story. I mean, you'd rather be talked about. Oh, this is a great story instead of I wonder what would have happened at the end of it. You know, instead of leaving people wondering forever.
You have to pull a Robert Jordan. That was The Wheel of Time was one of those really long adult fantasy series, and Robert Jordan passed away before he finished it, and another author came in to complete it. And it was, from what I've heard, it's split. I actually read the first few of them, but I tapped out of this. It was just too many for me to keep going. But yeah, another author came in and finished it, and there's some people think that he did a good job finishing the vision. Other people say no, or was it might have been his wife or something that came in and finished it. Whatever it was, there was some author who died, and their wife finished it.
Who, Elasmat, if you were to, heaven forbid, let's say you were to die in the middle of one of these books, who would you want to finish it? Anybody? Who would you want?
Oh, good question. I think I would give it to Simonson Poitier of Bloodhound because we have like a little fun feud on Twitter right now. His character and my character are going back and forth, and they're actually going to meet up and finish their feud in the Ash Can for this campaign. If the campaign hits $2,000, then the Ash Can is going to be available for all the backers. So, but I would say I give it to him because he's pretty good and he knows my character more than anybody outside of me. So
well, there you go. As one of the backers now, I'm highly encouraging everyone to go ahead and back this because I want that Ash Can. So
yes. And also, let me throw this out there too. So for those that were on the mailing list, whoever backed that book on the mailing list, we're going to get a free coloring activity book, which tells a separate story of the character. The backer that gets me to 1,500 is going to get that coloring activity book.
Oh, that's cool.
Actually, Jesse, I'll throw you one too since you backed it on the show. So I'll throw you one too. I got you.
Yeah. Now I feel
You do know your chat's just out there coming up with paddle ideas for me right now.
You better be screenshotting all these. You got a whole business ahead of you. So there you go.
Getting all kinds of ideas from them, but I don't have the ability to really do with screenshots right now.
Oh, well, if you see any you like,
Make it so engage the needs of the many.
God. Well, get a notebook or something because you got a free writer's room right now, so take advantage. I'm going to drop that link in if you did not catch us. Like, first of all, make sure you press the like button for the stream because it's awesome. Second of all, make sure you click that. Make sure you check out this Indiegogo campaign and back this book. So far, it is you're less than $400 from your flexible goal,
and you're only $890 away from your Ash
Can. So.
And Chili Bean, I'll throw this one to Chili Bean too. If you back it today, I'll give you that coloring book too. So.
Oh, well, there you go. Are we going to put that out for anyone who backs it on this stream?
You know what? Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you what. Whoever backs it through Mindless Entertainment, you guys will get a coloring book as well.
All right, so you heard it. If you're backing it during the stream, if you can do that, you get the free coloring book. So definitely jump on that and hooray.
Definitely.
Now I have a coloring book. I have coloring pencils and I have a bunch of coloring books. Actually, that was something like friends have given me once. Like, it's really good for relax. It is. I got a really cool one that's like a Star Wars coloring book. That's got a lot of tessellations in it as well as just big images. And
you want one of mine?
Fun.
I used to sell a horror coloring book. I made a whole one.
Sure.
I used to sell it at comic conventions.
Yeah, I'll take anything.
I have to see if I have one left. I think I sold all of them, or they got lost in that water thing. Remember I told you when she got rained on?
Yeah, that's poop.
I don't really miss it.
Poop. But yeah, so make sure you guys are definitely pressing the like button. We're almost at 50 likes, so I always like to get to 100 if we can. We have a small but mighty audience tonight, and I think we can probably do it, for here for a little while longer, which we will be. We're not even at our 45-minute. We haven't even been streaming for 45 minutes, so this stream is young.
Feels like days.
Feels like forever.
Yeah, I just do that. The High Council was a rough one.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Interesting. I gotta say, since I've been doing less of that, like the politics and the stuff on my streams, I've been much happier.
Well, tomorrow's my last night of Fandom Menace tonight, so I'll be saying goodbye to that show.
So tune in.
The thing with the politics is it is hard to avoid it now. Unfortunately, like we try. I know I'm trying hard to avoid it. I kind of air it all out on my Facebook because I only have friends and family on Facebook, but on Twitter and everything else, I try to not get too much into it because everybody's got something to say about it, and then it becomes a battle back and forth. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm a creator. I'm here to sell hot dogs, so let me not get too much into it because at the end of the day, it's about the hot dogs. Like Richard C. Myers says, just sell the hot dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, your boy Zach, right?
Yep. Your boy Zach. He says, we're all hot dog vendors here.
I used to watch the hell out of his videos, dude.
Yeah. He's still. You know what? The thing with him is, I see his as a key to success, and he has the one thing that nobody in Comicsgate has. He has the ability to be independent from Twitter. Like he has no business on Twitter, and he's all the more better for it. The rest of us, we need Twitter because we have to network with our customer base and grow our channel through there. But he's able to do that and not get involved in all the internet garbage, and I think he's better for it. So
Well, you just make one of the other guys do the Twitter.
I just don't pay attention to Twitter. Like, I don't really, if you need to contact us, we have an email, and then the important shit gets through, and we have the channel. So I think Twitter is garbage. Like when Jeremy's like, "Oh, I got banned from Twitter," I'm like, "Good. Maybe you feel like a normal person."
He's
now.
actually happy that he got banned. I just enjoy doing things like dunking at Matt Jarbo. It's just fun for me. But I do things also like I dropped it in there. I knew, of course he takes the bait. He dropped some asinine comment at me right away about something about my channel's more dead than he is. And I'm like, I could get into it. I could split hairs with him and demonstrate to him exactly how, even though, my channel is a fraction of what the Matt Jarbo channel is, how I still get better views on my videos. I could get into it with him about any of that stuff that I wanted, but I don't. Because I don't care. Because his opinion means nothing to me. What means something to me is just getting to tell him what an idiot he is.
Yeah, I don't get why don't if you're Matt, why don't you just fade into obscurity with grace?
Right.
Go away for a couple of years and reinvent
Too much
yourself.
of a cum socket to actually understand that.
God damn. Note to self: don't get on Rosetta's bad
This
side.
is why Rosetta is banned from Twitter. Because she doesn't have the off
No,
button.
I got banned from Twitter over a fucking benign comment 6 months ago because they're
That's
fucking pussies.
Are you
Apparently
still?
asking a woman if she was dropped on her head is hate speech.
That's retarded. I'm sorry. That's fucking retarded. And if that's hate speech, kill. That was one of my replies to somebody today about so someone put a comment on my thread about I thought Matt Jarbo's still alive, and I was like, insert tweet that would get me banned from Twitter here, because of course you can't say things like the world would be better off without him. But that's something people don't remember about Jarbo is Polly the polar bear. People don't remember Polly the polar bear.
And boulders.
Do you guys know Polly? Do you guys know Polly?
Yeah, I know about that. Yes, I do.
So for those who don't know, this motherfucker, and he's deleted it and pretends like it never happened. He dropped this little animation of his polar bears, fucking Monday Nat, thinking he's so clever doing one of these, the word of the day, kids. And what's the word of the day? It's the fucking N-word. It's so edgy and so clever. I'm sorry, that white people saying the N-word has not been a part of edgy comedy since, ever, because it's not fucking funny. It's you being an asshole looking for an excuse to say the N-word publicly and then try to defend it under some guise of freedom of speech when realistically, you're just being an asshole. And that, to me, at the end of the day, that's why he has no leg to stand on now that he wants to be this fucking white knight and go after all these creators spreading lies and doing this and he's some sort of virtuous good person. I'm like, I'm sorry, if you're going to support the culture that cancels everyone for shit they did in the past, Polly the polar bear wasn't that long ago. What was it, 2-3 years ago?
I don't know. I haven't
I
watched.
think it was about 7-8 years ago, and then I think what happened, and then Ethan Ralph was going to show it on his stream before it got flagged, and they believe it was Matt that flagged it, even though he denied it up and down before he got revealed for flagging everybody else on the moon on Twitter.
Right.
So it's funny, Matt Madane was probably one of the first cancel cultures out there.
I have to give somebody in chat credit because anything that offends people is great. And there was actually one in their chat that says, "Is this offensive? Red asses matter."
Where is it? Red
Chat
asses
bar.
matter. Red asses matter. I agree. Red asses do matter.
That is
Red
fucking
asses.
awesome. That is
Here's Red.
And guys, again, if you're just joining, press the like button. Check out this Indiegogo. We do have a special perk for you guys right here, exclusive to this stream. If you guys back this book tonight, you are getting the special coloring book that Elasmat has reserved for only the coolest of the peoples. So there you go. Let's see where we're at right now. See if anyone else has taken the plunge. Well, I did, and that's what matters. So
Sweet.
because I'm important. Yar har.
You are Steve.
All right. So who is everyone's favorite comic character?
Ooh. Oh man, that's a good question. Well, Zed, do you want to go first before I think about my answer?
I mean, I'll give my obvious answer. It's Spider-Man. That Spider-Man's the reason I get to do what I do because I loved the character as a kid on TV and had the toys and the video games. Then for some reason I got pumped about the movie, so I bought How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way, and then I spent way more time in my life drawing than anything else. So Spider-Man, and then Batman, and then some of the X-Men.
Yeah.
So I don't know whose stream just ended, but we just got a big bump of new people. So welcome everybody who's just joining us. Make sure you press the like button. We have Elasmat, who is currently crowdfunding for his very first Comicsgate graphic novel that looks awesome. We've been checking it out in the chat. We got Rosetta here, who's been helping him the whole way and is coloring the alternate version. So we dropped that in the link right now. We also have a special perk, again, if you're backing that tonight. So that link is in the chat. Everyone check that out. All right, carry on. Where were we? Whose turn was it?
So I'll definitely say I agree with Jeff on Spider-Man. I did love Spider-Man. I would probably put Batman and Swamp Thing up there too. I think Swamp Thing more than anything. I would have to be the one character that really got me to really love comics because he was more versatile, I thought. Like he could tell the kind of stories that even Batman couldn't tell. So
I gotta pick Batman because I'm basic and I just haven't read that many comics, and that was one that is my favorite character, superhero. He's my favorite superhero for a long, long time. Probably still is up there. I'd say about tied with Iron Man. Although recent iterations, I like obviously what Marvel did with Iron Man. I'm gonna be straight. I didn't know the Iron Man character from the comics. I only know him from the movie, so I just got rid of
Would you like a good Batman recommendation?
Sure.
A good Iron Man recommendation?
Of course.
Read Demon in a Bottle, where he deals with his alcoholism.
Ooh.
Because that's the one thing Disney didn't have the nerve to. Because remember how he had that palladium poisoning in part 2?
Yeah.
And he kept drinking the stuff? And it was like, oh, he's going on the edge. In the comic, he's just an alcoholic and he can't stop drinking. So it's way more realistic and way more complex.
Now, I wonder, just real quick though, I'd have to ask before I made the judgment. Obviously, Disney's a piece of shit and pushes out on a lot of things. I wonder if any of that has to do with him though, because if it was something that's too personal,
That was just a thing that was out there back in the day. I think it was
Sure.
people talked about Disney didn't want to do it.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, this would have been Iron Man 2, so 10 years ago. It was just in the conversation.
That's fair.
And then for Batman, check out Dark Knight Returns or Batman Year One if you want to. It's an interesting origin because I know you don't really like the origin of Batman, but it follows Jim Gordon as much as it follows.
So I don't like the origin. I just don't think it's necessary to constantly rehash it.
I agree. Look at my favorite character is Spider-Man. I've seen his origin, and now I've seen him without an origin, and it's broken.
It's weird. Yeah. I'm gonna hit these couple of super chats. These super chats that just rolled in. So thanks everyone who just showed up, and then Rosetta. Hopefully you've had time to figure out your favorite comic character. Echo Base Network says, "Hey guys, upcoming collab coming up with Jeff. Stay tuned."
Yes, you do, man. We talked about it today.
I'm very excited. I did get to hear about it, so I'm psyched, and I think it's a great. I think it's going to be great. And Shadows Radio Blues says, "I have come to pay my penance for missing these streams and reporting late. Still waiting for the invention of Neuralink so I can keep up." Shadows Radio Blues, ain't we all? But thanks for being here, and thank you for the super chat. And everyone go.
Doc Ock's arms. They're Neuralink.
There you go. And everyone go back that dis book. And also from Echo Base Network says, Rosetta, is everything okay with Amy One Kenobi? I don't know what's going on there.
Last time I talked to her, she's doing fine. She's just got too much going on in her life to actually be online and deal with this world right now.
Reasonable. This is an easy sell for me. Drunk Batman Forever. I'll do it. Drunk, sober, any state of mind.
If I have
multiple states
to pick, it's going to kind of go between. In comics, I actually was very partial to the 80s and 90s era of Superman when he was edgier more, but they did start going to the hardcore weird stuff they're doing now. But I also always kind of like any of the times Black Widow shows up because she's always been more of a just rowdy in your face psycho.
Oh, gee, I wonder why you like her.
I don't know. I'm this sweet, innocent woman who would never do anything violent or disturbing to anybody ever.
Oh, no, not you. Never.
Pure angel, never a bad word from my mouth. Jesse's about to fall off her couch laughing.
Now, Chili Peen, are you trying to trade Elasmat for a copy of Stealing So? Is that what you're talking about in the chat? Because you can just wait. We got like 1 million of these things, right?
Yeah, we do have a gajillion.
Yeah,
so
well, you can get one later.
So those reprints?
No,
yes,
they're reprints. You're going to get yours in the mail. The thing is that took me so long is I had to go test. I had to buy 100 of these to make sure they were the right quality so they don't bend the book. Because the thing that happened with the last time is I paid all this money to a company that said they were the number one. So anybody that got one, you're getting a new one. It's a fucking graphic novel with a spine now, dude.
Oh,
So,
nice. That looks nice.
Yeah, it's a
I was going to ask you for an update on what's going on with that because I haven't heard about that for a while.
Do me a favor. Will you turn the camera and just show them the box?
Oh,
mount
God,
real
yeah,
quick?
here,
We
let me
live with
see
a
if I can
box
do
mount,
this.
Rosetta. Here's your update right now for you
There's-
personally.
There's
Ready?
your update.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
There we
That's my
go.
boy.
Oh, yeah,
Nice.
they're here.
Yeah, I'm just
So,
saying, like anybody that backed it's gonna get that, and we're gonna stagger out in the tiers.
and
But
I'm
yeah, everyone's gonna get theirs.
So glad our address wasn't printed right there, otherwise we'd have to move.
And Chili
Uh,
Bean, you're cool, man. There'll be a secondary printing with something even better than the first.
That's true.
So-
Okay, good. Yes, definitely.
But look it. That's coming at a later date. We can talk about Stealing Soul all night long. Chili Bean just told. Right now, it's about a Lazmax book.
That's true. I do
That's
want to
what
ask
it's about.
just real
I
quick.
just wanted that back up because, I've always been you guys' defender on everything, that things happen, but I knew you guys were going to get things fixed. So that update to me helps.
Well, the thing is, Rosetta, this is like when I talk about, comics are my dream. Seriously, in college, I went and got a degree in advertising / communications.
I have-
all I wanted to do was draw comic books. So
This dream for this specific comic series I wanted to create since I was a kid because it's based on my dreams and my cultural background.
Ooh,
And I'm going to find a way to make this happen now that I'm getting involved in this community. But
that's so exciting.
it's awesome too because it's there's so many artists. The thing about artists, and Jesse and I had this discussion earlier. A lot of artists are talented, but they don't have the platform, and a lot of people don't have the ability to get the platform. Like they may not be outspoken enough, like Ethan or somebody who's got a great personality for all this shit and the art.
Yeah.
Sometimes other people don't get that opportunity. So hopefully with the Comicsgate stuff, it inspires people to take the step and put their shit out there
Exactly.
and really make the art, because this stuff is going to live a lot longer than any of these woke pieces of crap that people, Ghostbusters 2016 is a joke. Cyberfrog is more successful financially on a profit level. One guy did that. Well, one guy drew it and inked it. Another guy colored it. Somebody lettered it. Whatever. It's a process, though. It's not a Sony movie. So
Just gotta grab this for a second. I am not a number. I am a free man. Remember that show, The Prisoner, I was telling you about?
I know that quote.
It's
Yeah.
from that. Well, it's also that's clipped at the beginning of The Prisoner by Iron Maiden.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's a great song if you like Iron Maiden. But it's just fun.
But yes, Shad's Art. It's a perfect bound. It's a trade paperback graphic novel. So it's not a comic book with a staple in it. It's the nice hardbound. Anna's got a copy. She talked about it on a stream.
She did.
hard-
He took Anna's review.
Oh, it's not
Hardbound, perfect.
guy.
Nice way to go.
It's not hardback. Excuse me. It's perfect bound with a nice
Right.
high gloss on the front.
Yeah.
So Jesse's touched a ton of these. We have to bag them.
I've been
I
helping
have to
him
sign
bag.
them.
It looks really good.
Thank you.
It looks
Yeah.
You'll get a look at.
Yeah.
I gotta go. Like I said, I'm going out of town for my mom's birthday. We're going both. So when I come back, I'm gonna get the rest of the shit ordered in bulk and then take them and ship them out. So we'll stagger the release. Basic level gets
You're
it
welcome.
first. Yes, thank you. And then if you get it with the T-shirt and all that shit, I'll get people's sizes and take care of it. The sketch covers, all that crap, and then we'll relaunch and we'll do other stuff. But it's fun. This is what I'd like to do full time.
But I love this. I
I
love
love this community. I love all the offers I've gotten to help work on projects. I love that this man looked at one of my drawings, the drawing of you and the drawing of Darth Barbie, and said, "Yeah, do a few pages for me and see if we want to work on these together." And I told him the first page I did, and he said, "Oh, that's enough. We'll work together. Don't worry about it."
That's fantastic.
And
That's,
ever since then, every single time we talk, it's, well, how can I get you more work? How can I pay you more for what you're doing and stuff? He's always been my supporter and
awesome.
amazing man.
Well, Rosetta, I might be in contact with you personally. So
There you go.
let's just we'll keep the lines. I'm glad you friended me on Facebook and stuff, so we can work together on some stuff. Because Jesse showed me a lot of the pages you're coloring for something else. I'm like, wow! And the fact that you're putting all this detail, and I love the hand colored approach.
It looks really
Because
cool.
remember, I was
The
watching a
texture
video
on it.
today about it.
Yeah.
on comic book coloring. So
No, I think it's great. That's one of the cool things about this community too, is I think we all inspire each other and make each other feel like you can do it. I talk about every time I have a rookie critic on, I always tell him how he inspires me because he wanted to make film. So he didn't have anyone else to make it with. So he's in front of the camera, behind the camera, every character.
I haven't done my video clips for him yet.
And he was rewriting. I don't know if he ever got to do. He was rewriting. He's doing a big rewrite. So if you hadn't done it, you're probably okay because he was doing a big. He had to rework a bunch of stuff because of coronavirus and all that. But so I thought about that and I was like, that's always something for me. When I love playing music, I had a band in middle school and then we broke up. And through early high school, I had some, a little bit of that. But then I always let other, not having a band stop me from making the kind of music I wanted to make. And I always let not having a crew or enough actors stop me from making some of the projects I wanted to make. And there have been times in my life where I said, fuck it, I did it anyway. And I'd be happy to have done it. But then so this just past couple weeks, I sat down, I recorded. It's a God, how many tracks is it? It's the master track, 2 guitar parts, 2 harmonies and another vocal. It's a 6-track recording. Just you converting our bathroom into a recording studio on GarageBand. Today I started shooting the music video for it and started editing that. And it's literally me, Jeff. I've got Jeff to help me with a couple things, like crucial things, like okay,
The microphone.
Music starts at this. Oh, the microphone was great, but the music starts exactly when this part of the video starts. So I need you to press play because I'm already in frame, and he's going to be doing some videography a little bit.
I told you this, but I'll say it publicly too. I'm really excited to see you have so much passion for something like this because got a lot of stuff going on. It's nothing that you haven't talked about publicly, so I'm not doxing you any. But I'm saying this stuff has been bogging you down. But it's really exciting to see you get out my mandolin, get out my guitar. And the thing is, so it's a really good song. I'm not just kissing her ass because she's my girlfriend. You would never know that this wasn't recorded by professional.
Don't take his word for it. Do you guys want to hear it?
Yes, let's do it. I hear it.
All right, sneak preview. Sneak preview for the chat only. Also, if you're on Patreon and you enjoy this, you want to hear it, the song itself, the recording's on Patreon. Also, Patreon is going to be getting a sneak preview of the video before it goes public. So, yeah, let me see. Where did it go? I should probably reopen it.
Isn't it right there?
Grab that was the Bluetooth speaker there.
Oh.
I don't know why it sees that. That's weird. My Bluetooth
That's weird
screen
that
is
you can
open.
search definitions of this computer.
It is interesting. Okay. And you're going to be slow and dumb. Did I misspell something? No. This is fun, isn't it?
Oh, it's great. Live streaming is always good.
It's just sucking
I'm
out.
excited for a break from live streaming. I love it, but man, if you don't, sometimes you get these stupid technical glitches, especially with Google Chrome, the browser.
Yeah,
I'll say I like Google overall, but man, Chrome browser, especially on Windows 10, it sucks right now.
My computer.
I think that Firefox is compatible with StreamYard now. I could be wrong, but I heard it was.
I know they went mobile, so I would imagine they're probably more compatible with other browsers.
Yes.
So, oh God, my computer's running slow. I hope it's not affecting you guys in the chat too badly. Close, please. Just close. You're just system preferences. Quit system preferences.
We're still moving on the internet. I'm gonna not
All right.
dance because that's
This
not
is
my
terrible.
lot in life.
This is terrible. Make sure you guys are screen sharing was canceled because my computer's being dumb as shit. Okay. So let me see if freaking okay.
Everybody, forgive me in chat if I feel like I'm busy. I'm trying to communicate about 20 things at once to plan out next streams and events to help keep promoting them.
No worry. You were such a great friend. You're such a great. Rosetta's been on the front line since the last bat launch. She's been dogging me every single day. The only reason she even left me alone was because I had something come up in my personal life that was a little.
And with my personal life today, and I'm still here.
I know, and I'm fucking proud of you. I mean, you're a trooper. You don't let anything stop you, so good for you. All right, so here we go. I got it. It should work now. So this is the recording. If you like it, just at the base dollar tier, anyone can listen to this all day long on Patreon right now. Hooray. Okay. Well, that's a lovely image to look at.
Beautiful. It's really crisp and clear.
What a beautiful picture. Let me see what this looks like. That looks worse. Okay, we'll just go back to this way. You're just going to watch a progress bar. So I didn't write this song. The song is written by John Prine in 1971. Bonnie Raitt did a very popular cover of it, but hopefully my cover will be the new most popular one. And all I took from the original version is the chord progression and the lyrics and the melody. So everything else is me. My strumming pattern for the mandolin, my original guitar parts written and composed, my original harmonies, etc. So hope you guys enjoy. No! I'm doing enough in the chat for him. After my mother, old man is another child that's grown old. Dreams of thunder, lightning was desire. This old house would have burned down long time ago.
Make me an angel, flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster, just give me one thing I can hold on to. Leave it just living, it's just a hard way to go. I was a young girl, had me a cowboy, was a punch to look at, just a free rambling man. That was a long time ago, no matter how I tried, years just flow by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel, flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to. Leave it this living, it's just a hard way to go. Flies in the kitchen, hear all the buzzing. I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. What the hell kind of person needs to work in the morning, comes home in the evening, nothing to say? Make me an angel, flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to. Leave in this living, it's just a hard way to go. Make me an angel, flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster from an old rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to. Leave in this living, it's just a hard way to go.
Yeah.
So that's my track.
I feel like I was driving to Oklahoma while I was hearing that. I was like, yeah. that's-
So someone just let me know in the chat that John Prine apparently just died a few weeks ago. So very sad to me. I didn't know that. Just I wonder what day he just weirdly. Anyway,
It'd be weird if like his
it was
death
like
was the day you were
the day I
inspired.
was like, I'm gonna do this. Very strange, but yeah. So that sucks. But I'm glad that I'm paying respects to his memory now. And we did. I don't know if you guys are reading the chat. Rosetta Allen also lost a family member today. She lost an aunt. So F in the chat for John Prine. F in the chat for Rosetta's aunt. And lots of love and support for Rosetta, guys, because it's always tough. And you know, she's a trooper just to be here. She's here to support her friend. She's here, you know, because she's an incredible, wonderful, caring person who very, very infrequently, I think she could spend more time caring about her own needs, but always puts other people first. So hooray for that. Anyway, and yeah, so
Easier to deal with other people's issues than your own.
I feel that entirely. I feel that entirely. That's one of the things I'll be having rough times sometimes. I'll have friends say,
Literally tell you recently I had the day that I was it's laying in my bed in tears, and then I spent half the night talking several friends down from suicidal issues and DMs.
oh shit, that's scary.
And I was actually doing better by the end of talking them down than it was when I started. Because I at least had something positive to do for somebody.
I feel I've been there a lot. People be like, oh, I don't want to lay this on you because I know you're going through stuff. I'm like, no, please. Listening to you and being able to be a friendly ear for you and support you right now.
The mama hen in me. It's the mama hen in me. I need to take care of others. It's easy.
It is. It's love. And you know, it's a great quality to have. That's something I got from my mom for sure. I had mama people. I definitely mama people. Yarhar.
Yeah, that was one thing I noticed when we were both together. Is we were both trying to mama each other while we were hanging out.
That was fun. That was definitely fun. Oh, it was so much fun having you out here.
And you love my crazy sense of taste and some of the stuff I had played clips and videos of for you.
I would say, how was it nice when you were out here? Was it nice being with somebody who didn't bat an eyelash when you said or did anything crazy?
Kind of, yeah, because most people look at me like I'm fucking crazy as hell.
And there I'm just like, yep, this is a regular day. Yar. Whatchamahoozles. Oh,
I love that word.
Whatchamahoozles? It's my word.
We fit together. Our personalities are both fucking off the wall.
Special people. We are special people. And guys, if you're just joining us, make sure you press the like button. We are 35 likes away from 100. We always like to hit that 100. And if you're also just joining us, we got a Lasman on here. He is crowdfunding his very first graphic novel. So that link is there on Indiegogo. Take a look. He's also got a special perk if you back it from the stream. He's got a special coloring book perk for you guys that it was only going to be for the person that got him to the goal, but he's being super generous because whatchamacallit, because we're bringing him the love. We're sending him the love.
Fucking awesome.
Well, no,
So
the customers are awesome. The backers and the customers, they're the awesome ones. We're nothing without them. Let me just make that
No,
very
I meant
clear.
us helping you, not you.
They're incredible. Listen, they give us an opportunity. I love it. So yeah, absolutely.
And I
Guys,
love every person who has this faith in you because I see how hard you work all the time.
So, what are some of your I have a weird process every day the way I warm up for art. You know, I draw a couple people, kind of get loose or get warmed up and ready. Do you have any weird art process, or you just kind of jump in the page knowing what you want? Does it take you a little bit of time to get ready to the page?
So yeah, I definitely have to be inspired to do a page. Like right now, I've been stuck on this one page for the last week. It's already been drawn, inked, everything, but I was like, you know what? At least 2/3 of it can be redrawn. I feel like it can be redrawn, but how? I just drew it yesterday. So my style is I do the penciling, I do the inking, but then I digitize it and then redo the inking on the computer and touch it up and add the shading. So it's like a 3-step process when I do a page. But I was stuck on the hand part of it for about a week because I was in a rut.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what? Just wait on it, and then when you get that inspiration, when you get that kick in the ass, then get right on it. I had to kick in the ass yesterday, so I drew the panels I need to draw. So now I'm just waiting to do it on the computer and add the shading and everything.
I have a question. Okay, so now you do your pages in pencil, and then you scan them into the computer and finish them off?
So I do by pencil, then I ink it by hand, and then I scan it into the computer, and then touch it up where the inks need to be touched up and add the shading to it. And then
sorry, guys. No, finish your process. Cause I was gonna ask you another question.
Yes, I was gonna say that if I ink it and let's say I need more detail, I touch it up and add more detail on it. I just zoom it in and then add tiny details so it looks more sharper.
Now, one thing I advocate, and I know a lot of people think it's whatever because you're missing out on original art, but I go all digital. Especially I have a Wacom tablet and stuff, and it really speeds up the process. I mean, I know Anna did her cover for Vampirella all digitally, and I know there's this common. I think a lot of people in fandom, or not fandom, but comic skater, we got to do it all on paper and then do it this way and do it on that way. I'm just saying, there's a process that you can cut a lot of time out if you go digital. Maybe if that's just why one artist suggestion is think about that in the future because you'll save yourself so much time, and you can even use in reference perspective grids and stuff like that and really pick up a lot of it. There's a learning curve, but once I figured it out, it's really helped a lot. So
yeah, so
you want to do more of these. I didn't know what your normal everyday life was like, so this might help speed it up.
So what happened was I started doing when I was scanning the comic, I used GIMP, which is it's a free software, and then I did a stream where someone recommended Clip Studio Paint.
I used a version of that.
Right. So once I got Clip Studio Paint, that was a game changer for me.
Yeah.
I give much respect to artists that do it completely by digital. I'm still my finer points are done by pencil with hand. I feel like that once the pencil's in my hand, it's a lot more natural. at some point I might get to a point where I'm completely digital, and much respect to the artists that do completely digital,
And
because
I will never be digital at all.
yeah. But I understand the argument for traditional art too, because you can also sell that, and that becomes its own little treasure. So that the argument is there. But at the end of the day, the point is to have a book that's ready to be given to the hands of the backers.
It should be done however the artist can do it the best for their customers.
Yeah. And my thing is, I'm a big fan of physical media. Now I have a digital tier in my campaign, but I personally prefer physical books in my hand. That's just me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's I'm 100% behind that. I always advocate for the digital thing because I have a stylus and a Wacom tablet, and I get the feel of drawing it on paper. It's just so much quicker. And for example, I've drawn shit on paper where I spilled ink, made a mistake, got a smudge. You have to worry about scanning and all that extra stuff. And it's nice that it's finish the file, export it as a TIFF, and send it off
One
to
of
a
the really
colorist.
cool things about specifically the project you're working on now, without giving too much anything away, is there's a lot of moving pieces to it, and so you're able to create one piece of it and then plug them all in together the way you need it. It's great for bigger, more complicated panels and stuff.
Because you saw the thing I drew today.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a lot more detail. That's even going to get cut out of it.
Yeah.
But because I have it on another thing, I can use that one specific thing as something.
Yeah, that's cool too. That's another, because that's one of the, you're talking about what to do with each of these individual pieces too, since they exist as files. I think it's great. I also think it's great that and this is the thing too, and I hope it doesn't get there with Comicsgate or any group where it becomes digital versus print, and screw you if you do digital, screw you if you do all by hand and whatnot.
At the end of the day, art's art.
Yeah.
I don't care if you play electric guitar, acoustic guitar. If you want to be a musician, you're a musician with your own tools. Same with you, Lasman. I was just throwing it out there as a speed thing because a lot of people do advocate for the traditional ways, and I'm all about it if that's what makes you comfortable. I'm just saying this. I feel like I'm like Brian Boland is Ethan's favorite artist, and even he has gone all digital completely. And he's someone like Ethan who does the traditional approach. So I'm saying there's a lot of pros and cons, and I think the best thing to do would be to test it out for yourself, give it a shot, and once you put in the initial investment, you save money on paper, ink, supplies. You can get digital brushes that can do a tree effect and all this other stuff, and just save you countless hours, and you can create more.
Yeah, one day I do hope to get to that point one day, absolutely. Because time is a factor too. I feel like I spent too much time on this book because I had to do a lot of redrawing and catching up on the updated style. So at some point, if I can get to that point where I'm only digital and that saves time, that absolutely, totally.
Yeah, like I said, and it's all up to you. At the end of the day, you got to do what makes you the most comfortable. Like Rosetta, I've seen the stuff you're working on too. I like the coloring. I think coloring works really well physically because you get the gradient of not the gradient, but the texture of the paper.
But there's something to using actual colored pencils and paints where you have looks you don't get digitally. Digitally is very sleek, and yes, it can look very highly intensive and detailed, but it doesn't have that retro look. And that's what I love is the retro traditional look.
Yeah, that's one thing too. When you get your books printed and stuff, you can choose paper and all that stuff. Do you have your printing stuff set up yet, or who you're going through? Elasmat, do you know who you're going through to produce?
Yeah, I'm looking to Mixam. They seem to have some pretty good rates, and I love especially the hardcover. I'm gonna get a hardcover copy of the book for myself because I'm a big fan of hardcover, and I have that as one of the tiers. But I feel like when it comes to graphic novels, if you can get a hardcover, it just gives it such a prestige, and I feel like it's a weird story, but I feel like it needs its own little prestige look. So that's why I offered it as a hardcover. But yeah, I'm definitely looking at Mixam. And I was looking at another local print shop near where I was at, and they had good quality stuff, but I think it was a little too expensive. And I don't want to put too much of that on the backers. So.
Oh, of course. I was just gonna say message me offline. I'll tell you where not to go.
Okay.
Typically, because I don't want you to deal with the same place I dealt with. Because I'm not gonna say their name publicly and cause them any issues, but I will tell you as a personal citizen, a private citizen, where not to go because I don't want you to get screwed over. What happened to me. So that's basically what I was trying to get to when I'm out the way of saying don't go somewhere because I don't want you to get screwed.
I'd just like to point out it's a great lesson for Jeff and why to never be nice to people on the internet, because Jeff was very magnanimous in saying whatever medium you want to use, if you play music, you're a musician, if you draw, but you're an artist or whatever. So of course you have Greg Kirby asking, so I'm a musician when I fart, Jeff.
It depends on the note. That movie Airheads I talk about, there's a line about Adam Sandler farting on a snare drum. So yeah, Greg Curry, go fart on a snare drum.
Flaming TV says, if I want to use my rifle to draw bullet hole dicks, is that not art?
I can show you some
in its highest form.
Yeah.
guns.
I'm not a fan of what's considered the modern art stuff, and that said, I understand why some people do it and why they consider that to be their art.
Fountain. What is it? Fountain? That one that's the fountain? That's just a urinal that's upside down.
Oh,
I was like the fucking
you never saw the
epitome of why
episode of King of
modern
the
art
Hill where
sucks.
they put a picture of Hank's intestines backed up, and they use that in a museum as art.
That's
It's a
upsetting.
great episode.
Remember the banana taped to a wall?
Oh, I've seen that.
Well, there's a running gag on my channel that the person who bought that had to be Hunky Chunky.
I just want to say I went to a college where somebody actually would scream into the F holes of his upright bass instead of playing it. That's not music.
That
Nor
sounds
is
like
it art.
college, yeah.
That's just stupid. So I've seen a lot. I've seen the dark side of modern art, and I do
Listen,
not approve.
I had a guy in college critique my. I did a video piece where I did create a newspaper character and I put it in a park for public display, and I got a lot of funny reactions from people who saw it. And I had a guy whose piece was a milk carton upside down on a computer, and that was his piece. And he was there critiquing my work. And I'm thinking, this motherfucker's critiquing my work. He put
Right.
Yeah, it's
Like
like,
yours took 2 seconds and smoking a joint to come up with some bullshit reason for why this is fucking deep.
Well, that's why I couldn't.
I look at these people who are doing things like, let's stick balloons full of paint on a wall and just throw darts at them. And, hey, it's art. And they have the nerve to sit there and criticize when I'm doing things like the fucking dragon statues and stuff where I'm painting every scale tip.
Seriously. That's why I always hate people.
Fuck up.
I also hate if people like criticize Jackson Pollock and act like, oh yeah, I'm throwing darts at the blue and doing completely random and calling art. Nothing about what Jackson Pollock did was random. He was actually very measured. Obviously, there's a splatter effect but if you watch him do things, he was incredibly meticulous in the way he worked. He would work with multiple textures and layers and stuff like that too. No, this bullshit modern art stuff, that to me is like, you see that end of stuff. Though it was really fun that one time I took a drawing class because I just got to play into all the bullshit. I was like, look, it's my art.
Do you remember the artist Keith Haring from the 80s?
Oh, yeah.
He was like I guess he was a modern artist then, and I actually really liked his shit.
Yeah.
It's sad that he passed away, but I mean, his stuff was really, for a modern art style that I can actually go, like, I really like this. I
high
dug
school
it.
art teacher was super inspired by him. His own style was you could see the influence directly in his style from Keith
I
Haring.
watched a great documentary on him on HBO as a kid.
I probably watched that same one. I think that teacher
Well, he's
showed
in
to
it
us.
himself, and
Yeah.
he talks about him and his partner and stuff
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think
Yeah.
so.
I mean, he died in his 30s of age, so he didn't
very
have a
young, yeah.
long life, but
No, but he created his own style that is
it was such a feel-good style, too. You'd see, like, the little
was.
dog or the yellow.
little dog, little
stick
people, and it was all
eye.
the primary colors are very bright. Yeah, it's nice. Meanwhile, so Elias, if you did film in college, you know how obnoxious fucking you sit because you do that. It's like you bust ass, like you're trying to do. Especially, I did a lot of narrative style stuff, so you bust your ass to bring something that's never gonna be perfect because you're a college student doing narrative film,
Right.
but it's there. And everyone wants to tear it apart. Well, the sound was off here, and this doesn't look good. I just don't
We
get.
don't have to follow traditional, but we need to show skill and effort too.
Excuse me, woman. Excuse me. I am mid rant. Pause. Pause. Mid rant. Pause. You next. Me now. All right. You sit there and they're like, oh, well, I just think that you're like saying everything off here, and like this line just doesn't quite make sense. I just don't understand why this character did that. And then you watch their video, and I shit you not, somebody just did a fucking music video to the song "Come On Eileen," but they spelled it C-U-M, and just did an entire thing of the Bennington Monument, which is an obelisk, so it looks like a dick.
If I don't see
fucking
money shots in it,
looking
that's a disappointment.
like this obelisk was just fucking random things. And I was like, this is not fucking you got high and you did this yesterday. Shut up. Anyway, Rosetta's turn.
You get so interesting because sometimes you do that and you like stop halfway where you're just like pause because I swear your brain's like going, what part do I want to actually fucking say? And then you get mad if anybody speaks when you stop like that. You're so fun. No, I was like, you got to put effort in, but it doesn't mean you have to be traditional. For Frank, I'm using these as part of my highlighting throughout this book.
What are those?
Prismacolors?
Metallic eyeliners.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, those are eyeliners. That's cool. Neat.
Because when you're trying to create a soft effect and blend it with freaking chalks and stuff to create some of the edgings,
Yeah.
the chalks will bond to it, and then when you spray it, it seals right.
That makes sense. That's really cool, actually.
I use actually a lot of makeup in my artwork.
That's really cool. I never would have thought to do that, but that makes a lot of sense. because you had a lot of very different textures, a lot of very different
And Boss Man's looking like
saturations.
I'm saying this, like, what is wrong with this girl? But yet that makes sense.
Oh, that ship I said a long time ago, so don't worry.
We're past that. If you're still asking that question, you shouldn't be here anymore.
Look, I have to say, I met him. I don't even remember whose stream it fucking was. Right before Christmas. By the beginning of January, I was co-hosting his channel.
Ha! That's what's up.
By the beginning of February, I was working on his books with him.
That's Rosetta. Once you let her in, it's like what is it? The things that you stuff. Don't invite them in because they'll never leave.
You mean vampires?
Vampires.
I love the Lost Boys. God, we should watch that soon. In
That's a
honor
great
of Joel
movie.
Schumacher.
There you go.
Yes.
But
My little sister. Now, Elasmat, what would how many do you think? Okay, so Ethan's got his ongoing Cyberfrog series. Do you have how many books in your mind are you planning on doing in the next couple years?
Okay, so for Drake, I do have a 3-story arc, so I definitely have 3 graphic novels total in mind. And the coloring book is actually a side story that's going to get referenced in future books. So this coloring book is going to be a collector's item. I also have my next book that I'm going to do for after this book is going to be a horror comic book, which is a sequel to my film Solomon's Requiem. That film was about zombies. This book that I'm going to do called Solomon's Damnation is about werewolves. And it's actually going to be our first true collaboration between Rosetta and I. She's going to do the colors, and I'm going to do the inking. So I'm looking forward to that because I like drawing werewolves. It's one of my favorite monsters, next to Godzilla, of course. So at the rate, I have 4 books planned already, and who knows? I'll probably have a lot more. And at some point, though, I do want to do a live-action film adaptation of Road Warrior Drake. That I am very ambitious about that. So I do have that
ambition, man. You got to have it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm definitely looking at far that.
Speaking of which, end of June, you were supposed to be working on something for me.
I did, and I told you that once so I'm doing Rosetta's cover for her Eagle book, and she liked. I did a poster for Road Warrior Drake that she liked a lot. She wanted me to do the cover for her Eagle book in that same fashion. So once I'm completely done with Drake, I'm gonna get to work on her cover and then start my next book. So
wow.
Once I got
So, this is fun. Someone just sent me our friend Sean Firefart, Go Big Boy Go Home, sent me Alyssa Milano is being accused of blackface.
Yes.
But apparently this was sharing her truth. Alyssa Milano speaking out of being accused of donning blackface. No, she was just pretending to be Snooki. So she's got her fake tan going on and shit like that. I'm sorry, but if the episode of the Golden Girls can get taken down because of wearing charcoal face masks, fucking Alyssa Milano can get canceled for wearing a fake tan. That's offensive.
Right.
I'm sorry, that's offensive to naturally tan people.
If she didn't run her mouth about shit, I'd go, yes, you're being Snooki and it's funny. But since you're an insufferable asshole,
exactly,
and you're trying to tell people how to live their lives.
Exactly.
Insulted assholes everywhere.
Exactly. Hey, we got a couple super chats rolling in. Thank you, Greg Kirby. Zombie werewolves. Yes. Zombolves. And then we got one from Barb Rogers, Little Miss Sunburn. We got a super sticker. Let me go over here to see what
this is. Little Miss Sunburn right here.
Super sticker is. We got our little. Oh, do we decide that's a Shiba Inu? Going number 1. Our little puppy. Our little puppy. It looks like a fox, but someone's like, it's a dog. It's a Shiba Inu, which is a fox dog. Whatever.
Oh, okay.
And we got Beth that says, oh God, why did the ring wraith get offended when Faramir called him a Nazgul? Because calling him the N-word was very racist. But Shing.
What?
His poster.
Shing.
Oh, I was like, what?
Oh, whoa. Is this a cover?
This is the poster he did, and I'm going to actually do 2 different colorized versions for him. One, the way I'm doing the book, and then one's just going to be the off-the-wall obscure art types, like I've been doing the other stuff I've been showing you.
Dang. That looks really cool. That cover looks great. That poster looks great, too. That looks cool. Oh, this is so exciting. We're all just doing stuff. It just feels good. I'm feeling really positive in spite of all the shit that's going on. I've got some family issues. I got a couple family members, with some stuff right now and all that. And but other than that, I've been really feeling, very supported by the community, very positive, and just love seeing all this creativity going around. So
yeah, and it's very infectious. You speak about the creativity, just being a part of the creative movement is very uplifting because you're contributing, you're also expressing, and you're fulfilling. So it does uplift you in the face of, as you mentioned, real life stuff. So
I mean, I can speak to this woman seeing me when I was shaking and dealing with my nerve issues, and the fact that I'm learning this stuff largely because people like you are helping me learn it and helping me work and having faith in me.
Yeah, I think they're a great, incredibly supportive community. Everyone's been so understanding. I've not been productive lately because of what's going on in my life, and everyone from my, all my followers, patrons, etc., have been incredibly understanding. And it's nice to see that we can be this little. It's hilarious to me that you have, like, even in this idiotic video today, Matt Jarbo calling the Fandom Menace a bunch of bigoted man babies and all that crap.
Suck a fat dildo.
Wish that people, you just wish he was a solid enough person to have friends like we have. And it's so hilarious to me that the outside view of us is we're these terrible, bigoted, awful people. In reality, this is like the little shiny little bit of light in the corner of a dark universe right now, where we're all just doing good stuff. Speaking of creating, you guys ready to create something?
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Light of my night.
All right. So I don't know if you've Elaz, if you've been following our Mad Libs adventures on this channel, but we've been closing out our live streams. I know it's late for you usually when we stream and whatnot, so thanks for staying up. What's if it's past your bedtime or what? But thanks for staying up and being here. We do appreciate
my pleasure.
Rosetta, you all right, love?
Sorry, just having a moment.
Yeah, no worries. Are you good to play Mad Libs with us?
Sure, let's do it.
Pay attention. I need the laugh right now.
All right.
Flaming TP says Westers.
Is that a suggestion? Oh, we already had this. So, guys, for those of you in the chat who haven't played Mad Libs with us before, first of all, press the like button if you're just joining us. Hooray! We are on our Kama Sutra Mad
Press
Libs.
that bitch like it deserves.
Do it. And we are on our Kama Sutra Mad Libs, which I think is perfect for Rosetta. Or if you didn't know, Rosetta is totally prudish and never, ever says anything inappropriate ever.
Well, the first time we streamed together, wasn't that the time when I was explaining to the girls in chat that it doesn't count as deep throating unless you can lick the balls while you're doing it?
It might have been. I do remember that. Do you not remember this?
I wasn't there.
He wasn't here then.
Oh, you were here. Yeah, no, that was way
That was
more.
back in
The
my
first
show.
time you. Oh man. Okay, so for those in the chat who don't know, basically, I am the master of the Mad Libs. I will go through this story, and you guys will get to fill in the blanks. So chat's gonna get every fourth word. I'll give you your suggestion ahead of time, so rock them in. As soon as you hear me, because as soon as we get to you, we'll pick one out. And you all right there?
He said, "I love creating, but my wife is too tired, and I have enough kids."
Oh man! All right, so chat. The first thing you're gonna get for us.
We got to tell them the name of this game.
I thought. It's Kama Sutra Mad Libs. Let me tell the title.
Oh, you're not telling the title
Remember?
yet? Okay. Oh, my bad.
That was your idea to not reveal
This is
the
such a good title. I can't
It's
wait.
a great title. It's
Okay,
very
anyway.
exciting. I think it'll be better if we don't have any leading.
Yeah, you're right.
And for anyone, for you two, parts of speech, if you forget what a noun or an adjective is, don't worry about it. I don't care. We're very unpretentious here about this shit. So chat, the first thing you're gonna get is a place. So start hooking us up with a place.
That'll be good.
And Elazmat, as our special guest tonight, you're gonna start us off with an adjective.
Okay. Silly.
That's a good one. All right, Rosetta, a noun, if you will.
Penis.
Of course, it works. All right, so we've got a super chat from Beth. Oh yes, that's the other thing. Super chats will supersede the chat suggestion unless it doesn't work for the next chat suggestion, in which case we will plug it in somewhere else. I suppose a drunken llama could technically be a place, but we'll use that as a noun. So, we'll put that right here. That's the first noun I saw. It might not be the first one that came up, but it's the first one I saw. So there you go. Drunken llama it is. All right. And penis and verb ending in ing from you.
Drinking.
Drinking.
Penis
Always.
drinking.
That goes with my comment earlier that made your eyes bug about deep throating, Jeff.
Well, I guess we got our place too.
Constantinople.
Which you
Istanbul
just
is
result Constantinople. Now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. Also, I thought it was hilarious, by the way. Constantinople. The other week, I got my own channel copy struck for showing a video I made.
Glory holes.
Yet I showed all of the Lazmat's video. I had no copyright issues. So get your shit together. The Great Courageous Glory Hole Tavern. Well, since we already used our place from Beth that came in first, we'll just have to use Glory Hole Tavern as a noun, and it's going to be brilliant. So thank you guys. All right, the next word you're gonna get is a noun, but in the meantime, Elasmat, another adjective from you, please.
Ooh, let's try soft.
Soft. Oh God. Oh my God, this is perfect. I get a cheat, so I know exactly how incredible this is. Rosetta, you're gonna get an adjective as well.
Gropable?
Say it louder.
Gropable.
Gropable. Nice.
Look at away so I don't get anything
Oh
spoiled.
my God, this is amazing. Jeff, a plural noun, please.
Why am I having a brain fart right
Beth,
now?
it's a. Do you not know this song? Beth says Constantinople is Istanbul, same place. We know there's a whole song. It's the most annoying song ever. By it's by whatchamacallit. They Might Be Giants. Istanbul was Constantinople. Now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. Been a long time coming. Constantinople. How does it work? Nobody's visible. The Turks.
How about turds?
Turds is good. But anyway, it's the most annoying song ever because it gets stuck in your head and it never goes away. So, what do we got from the chat for our noun? We got nipples, gremlin, dingleberries. I saw
I like nipples since you have the word soft and gropable.
All right, well it'll be singular, so we'll just go nipple. Nipple it is. All right, and here's the fun part. Chat, the next thing you're gonna get is another noun, but the next 3 words, all 3 of you guys get a plural part of the body. So
Yay.
think of yours in whatever order. Whoever gets there first is just gonna get it.
Testicles.
Testicle. Jeff took testicles. All right. Parts of the body, plural. Rosetta allows that.
Boobies. However way you want to say it. Boobies, titties, whatever.
Boobies.
Gotta be tits.
Tits.
Poor boss man looks like he's like, I didn't even know she was this bad.
All right, allows that. A part of the body, plural. Anyone you
Love
want.
handles.
Love handles. Ooh, good.
Guys save lives.
Mm.
And a noun from the chat.
Ass volcano.
Anus, transgendered, ass volcano, taint, paint, cat vomit. There you go. Beth is our unofficial 4th guest tonight with all of these. Oh man, she's very happy to have her money on her credit card again. I see. She's been missing this. She's like, no. All right, and so to finish us off, a verb from Elasmat.
Oh, let's try squirmy.
Squirmy. Squirm. So we'll do squirm since it's just that'll be the version that furts best. Perfect.
First best.
Furts best. Works best. Are you guys ready? The title for tonight's adult Mad Libs is Water Sports. Get ready, guys.
I'm ready.
If you want to keep things silly with your longtime penis, you have to shake it up. Try moving your love drinking sessions outside of Constantinople and into a more aquatic glory hole tavern. The bath.
Oh.
The phrase soft when wet has never sounded so gropable. Here's a list of turns to try.
Ooh.
Seahorse. A lot like the reverse drunken llama girl, but underwater. Giddy up. We can do the reverse drunken llama girl later. Rosetta, have you tried that position, the reverse drunken llama girl? I know you're very adventurous. So, anyone tried? No, none of us have tried the reverse drunken llama girl. Anyone in the chat ever tried that one? Let me know. But don't stop there. What about Niagara
I don't know
Falls?
what you're talking about. How's that sound?
What about Niagara Falls? Ask your nipple to massage your love handles from behind with soapy tits. That makes perfect
It
sense.
does, and I'm uncomfortable.
Also, if you can take your tit and massage your love handle with your nipple from behind,
H cup, but I can't do that.
you need to go to see a doctor. There is something wrong with your body.
or at the very least fight crime with that.
All right, ready for the hot tub hug? Finally, if the seahorse in Niagara Falls weren't enticing enough, crouch on top of your cat vomit
Oh.
and use your fingers to massage his testicles as you squirm up and down. That's so unpleasant. Oh my god.
I might try that actually.
Oh, I don't do anything.
Hey, Han, do you want to eat some cheese?
About
You're
it.
Like a puke, right?
I think we have time for one more of these tonight. I'm
Let's
feeling
do it.
inspired. One more Mad Libs, guys.
Let's do it.
All right, cool. 'Cause this one's gonna be fun too. All right, so one more because I love you guys so much. Well, don't tell you the title till we're done.
I won't even look this time.
But chat, you're working on another noun. So let's see if we can top the last one. Chat, you're working on a noun. Elasmat, a noun, please.
Oh, and that would be turtle.
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 All right, Rosetta, an adjective.
Let's go amazing for now.
Amazing works. All right, and Jeff, a noun.
Bottle opener.
Okay. And chat, a noun. Cloaca. Blood. Fire hydrant. Anal volcano. Diarrhea. Anvil.
Well, what's the difference between an anal volcano and diarrhea?
I don't know.
I think diarrhea, you're actually sitting down trying to have it properly. The anal volcano, you just turn around and let it go.
So an anal volcano is essentially Tub Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Ugh.
Oh. All right. I guess we're using gross cloaca. It's just a vaginus. It is. That is what a cloaca is. I guess we're using anal volcano.
Yes, anal
Because
volcano.
it makes Jeff happy. All right, chat. You're working on a number next. A number. And an adjective from Elasmat, please.
Adjective would be let's try spiny. Spiny. Yes.
All right. Another adjective from you, Rosetta.
Insatiable.
Insatiable. Insatiable. A noun from Jeff. Silver play.
How about socket wrench? Fine, whipped cream bottle.
I already read socket
It was a
wrench.
joke. Just look at the sound you made.
All right, and a number from the chat. We got 79, 42, 8.
Yeah, the answer is 50. Wow.
We'll take
Icy
42.
pancake.
We'll take 42 for now.
Everything is always 42.
It's true.
It's the meaning of life.
Life, the universe, and everything. All right, plural noun from the chat. Chat, get working on a plural noun. Elasmat, a noun, please.
Cabbage patch.
Ooh.
Fox and masculinity. God damn. Oh, Beth. I almost called her Beth.
Monkey.
All right, Beth Degu gave us anus.
There's a monkey on it.
Well, since it's a plural noun, anuses. Anuses.
Isn't it anus-eye? I know.
Anus eye. Anus.
What's the difference? Well, never mind.
The brown eye.
Brown eye.
It's funny. We're all adults in quotations. I don't even say we're ever grown-ups. We're just kids with money.
All right, Rosetta, another adjective. We are.
Nympho. Nymphonic, as it goes.
So an adjective of nymphomaniacal?
Nymphonic works. It's my own little word I use on everything.
Nymphonic? I like it. Nymphonic. I would go nymphomaniacal, but that's just because I like things that are maniacal. Noun.
You're a psycho bitch.
How about a marshmallow?
Oh.
Nymphonic marshmallow. I'm trying to figure this sentence out right
Actually,
now.
great name, Nymphonic marshmallow.
I'm using it for a fucking electropop group.
Nymphotic
Copyright.
marshmallow. Done.
Kitty
Okay. And last but not least, okay, so chat, you're working on an adjective for us. That'll be your final word for the night, chat, an adjective, because Beth stole your plural noun. She's part of the chat. She gets the right to participate. And she super chatted me, so hooray. So Lasmat, an adjective?
Plain.
Plain?
Plain.
Plain.
It's like Sarah, plain and tall.
Plain and tall. Okay. Rosetta, a noun?
Anal ring.
Chili ring? All right, surprise.
Noun, Jeff. No.
God, I feel like I have to up my game now with Rosetta here. What's the next come up with? Sperm.
Sperm. That's nest. Okay.
I don't want to touch it.
I would have gone turd burglar, but whatever.
I used turd last time.
I said turd burglar.
Beth said I was right. Put monkey before anus.
Oh, it's supposed to be monkey anus. Got it. Okay.
That's
You ever seen the video of the monkey scratches his ass and smells his finger and falls off the tree?
I'm going to actually amend this one a little bit because it's going to be funnier. Okay. You're welcome, world. Okay. And last but not least, an adjective from the chat. Bloodbath. I think it's actually a noun, but bloody, eaten, chafed, moist, confused, pulsating, blatant, polyorgasmic, steamy, smoking, any
dating myself.
pulsating. I think pulsating is the consensus here. All right. Ooh, okay.
Hello, ML Maven. How are you doing tonight?
So here's what's up, guys. This last one of the night is going to be the right and wrong places to read the Kama Sutra.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Playground.
All right. Here's right. Here's a right place. In your turtle room with your amazing partner. Why don't we have a turtle room?
We have one room. Any room's a turtle room.
We'll just get a turtle. It'll be the turtle room.
Turtle style. Is that where you just climb on top of each other and slowly grind until you fall asleep?
Yeah.
Nice and slow.
Wrong. In your bottle opener room with someone who is not your anal volcano. Right. Hidden inside a copy of A Spiny History of Time while riding insatiable transportation. What is insatiable transportation? When I'm writing you.
Yeah,
There
thank
go.
you. I'll get you where you gotta go.
Wrong. While waiting to be called for socket wrench duty.
Sounds like Preston Polter's comment gate.
Right.
Hey, he does not get even socket wrench duty without master's permission.
There you go.
Right. A right place is with 42 of your friends during a Cabbage Patch's night in. Get together your Cabbage Patch, have a nice night in, and read the Kama Sutra. That just sounds weird. No.
This sounds weird to you after all the other shit we've talked about? Never mind, just keep going.
Wrong. On the couch next to your boyfriend and his nymphonic friend while they play Marshmallow of Duty.
I picture them all wearing adult diapers. It's very eerie now.
Right. In your monkey's anus after they go to sleep.
That could actually be a thing.
Wrong. While babysitting your plain sister. It's not very nice.
No.
Right.
Well, I guess if you think about it, all that stuff that happens before that, she might also be playing. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. A right place as anal ring room reading material while you're sitting on the sperm.
That's quite selfish.
I don't
even
know how to react to that.
Can you say it one more time?
As anal ring room reading material while you're sitting on the sperm.
So you're jerking it on the toilet?
Yeah, I guess if that's where you keep your anal rings. Either that, you're jerking it somewhere else.
Is it like planting your asshole, or no matter where? Never mind. Home is where you make it.
Wrong. In the pulsating restroom at work.
Oh,
Ew.
Lich Lord. Just for the record, since people are asking, Stealing Solo is right here by the thousands. So yeah, they're coming. Just have to fucking finish processing them all. But there you go, Lich Lord.
A lot of manpower involved and not a lot of mans to do the power. So.
It's funny. Anna's seen them all.
She's been here.
Anna took one, so yeah.
She did indeed. And with that, guys, with our wonderful Kama Sutra Mad Libs, our fantastic contributions from everybody, we are going to wrap up tonight's stream. And I was getting very late for our guests. They're in a different time zone as well. It's getting pretty late for us. Let's not lie. We've actually been on a.
It's only 1 a.m. here.
Oh, fair enough.
Only 1 a.m.
2 for Elasmat.
10 a.m.
All right. So before we go, one last time I'm posting this Indiegogo in the chat here. You have an opportunity to back Elasmat's project, 30 years in the making. So help his dream come true. And before we go, Elasmat, anything else you want to say about where people can find you and your work, etc.?
So I'm on YouTube under Elasmat Films. Get me to 700 subs. And you can also find me on Twitter under Elasmat Films. I'm also on Parler, also under Elasmat Films. And I'm on BitChute under Alasmat Films. So you can find me in all those spots, and Patreon under Alasmat Films.
Hey, so Lasmat Films pretty much everywhere, and make sure you
Well,
back
Lasmat.
Champion Road Warrior Drake. And Rosetta, where can we find you, and what should we look for from you?
Well, if you look for my name on YouTube, it comes up pretty easy with the names. Just look for Rosetta Allen and be prepared for a lot of crass, mouthiness, inappropriateness, and a lot of art.
Yeah, so like basically you got a sample of all things Rosetta tonight. If you like what you see, there's
Yeah.
only more in store.
And
Jeff,
normally under Signet Rosetta on Twitter, assuming I'm not actually suspended or get fully banned soon.
I can still find. You can still be found on Twitter, so that's something. And Jeff, where can people find you?
Well, you can find me on the World Class Bullshitters channel if you need more of what I do. We're nearing our 1,000th video, so just Google World Class Bullshitters. You'll find us. And if you want my comic eventually, there'll be a second printing, so just be on the lookout for that. But back to last Matt's book. We backed it.
We just did. We're very
So,
excited for
Check it out, folks. Keep art alive. The funny thing is, real quick before we go, if you don't mind, everyone wants to talk about useless jobs during quarantine. What did you guys do in quarantine? You watched shows on Netflix. You read books. You read comics. Who was the vital people? The artists. So instead of
listen to
acting like,
music.
yeah, you listen to music, you listen to podcasts, radio shows, instead of treating artists like the secondary thing, they're the fucking foundation for everything that you like. Every movie that you have is made by artists. So
Exactly.
Look up Henry Phillips' Shoulder of Freaks. That song will explain how artists and philosophical people who are fucked in the head have formed society.
Damn
Yeah.
straight. But that's one of these. If you go all the way back to the Great Depression, the movie industry suffered the least of any of a showman. While so many other industries went under, while so many people lost jobs, the movie industry kept plugging away because people still needed entertainment. We are a crucial part. Art has been part of every culture since the dawn of time. There are the cave paintings that are 70,000 years old. The art has been a part of humanity as long as humans have been, and
culture and art is what separates us from animals and stuff like that.
Sure.
So just keep it alive, keep it going. Lasmat's doing his thing. Support that. Everyone can back other things too. Check this out. Thumbs up from all of us here.
Yeah. Well, thanks you on behalf of me, all of our guests, Mindless Entertainment. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you so much for being part of the stream. We're gonna queue up our Corona kiss.
Oh no,
we haven't done this. We haven't done it in a minute.
A week, right?
Did we do it? I don't even know if we
It's been
finished
like
on the
it feels like a month.
Feels like forever. But anyway,
We kiss all the time.
feel free to avert your eyes if you don't want to see it, or bounce out if you're that horrified. We understand. But
Well, you are pretty horrific. I mean,
I know.
The cover takes the shit out of this film. You can't make it in this anymore.
Haha, okay.